if we just replace the frame, which is what is really bad, that'd be $23. But if I was to buy the door and everything total, that's $290.79 plus hardware, which I figured would be maybe another 25, 30 bucks. That's not counting the stove, of course, but.
I thought you said 134, Gary.
For the door?
To do everything, to do the benches and the door and everything, it's $290.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
290.
I know what I was saying, but that's to do those 3 projects there.
Why are we fixing our general fund right now? Okay.
You also have any feelings on that? Can we go ahead and get that taken care of?
Someone want to make a motion to that effect?
Yeah. You want me to do it? Yeah, go ahead.
The stove too?
Yep.
I move that we purchase a new stove, a
used stove.
used stove for $229 from Groves. And also $290 for material to repair benches.
Indoor.
And
Indoor.
Okay, there's a motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, so that's going to be $519 plus some hardware. Plus hardware. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We have a motion and a second. Any other questions? Jerry, you can get this, we'll get this approved, and you can do that door whenever you know it's going to be decent. Obviously, you're not going to do it when...
The door is, it's not that bad a shape. It's the door frame that is what's really bad.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. We'll call a roll.
Mr. DeHoff?
Yes.
Mr. Del Pupo?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers? Yes.
While we're talking, and since we've done this, other things on their list included to work on maybe getting grant for a hiking trail, to do some drainage work on field number 3, also some drainage work on all fields, finish parking lot to pavilion number 3, check into dugouts for the field, gravel for and back of the playground area, and landscape behind the backstop. So it was a fairly extensive list. The ones we had to get prices for were things we didn't know what we were talking about. So, okay, any questions for Jerry or Clark? Thanks, Jerry. Moving on, zoning. Joe?
I had nothing this evening. I did start, I started the process of getting the maps. I talked to Sean Phillips at RPC,
Okay.
and we're going to start the process of getting that so we can hook it up to the website. And also, we're going to work on a big wall map.
Okay. Out of this work session, we had to clean up some current addresses they're working on, look into other properties and get maps and for the township, and also work online on something with a map too, right? I thought we were going to get a map done online.
Yes,
Okay, that's what you're talking
that would
about.
be digital, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm also trying to make contact with the county prosecutor. I haven't done that yet.
Good, and you're telling me we have a new prosecutor on Ross Road.
Ross Road.
Yeah. Any questions for Joe? Thanks, Joe. Fire Department, Terry?
Okay. We've had 23 runs so far. 9 medicals, 7 MVAs, 2 smoke alarms, which were the group home. They were cooking up there, created some smoke and set the smoke alarm off, which they've got automatic alarms up there, so. 1 lift assist, 1 open burn, 3 mutual aid, 2 of them, the 2 of them were the auto call with Louisville, because they have us for an auto call for a structure fire for the air truck, and both of those were called off. They didn't, once they got on scene, they didn't need us, so they called it off. And the other one was the big fire that they had down there, on 44 below 30 there, down there.
Oh, okay.
That was with East Canton.
That was East Canton or Ossenberg?
Ossenberg, yeah. We've
Were you
had,
there- Did you respond just for the air, or were you there,
they asked for an engine too.
engine too?
And then we ended up relay pumping back in. There was a big lake back in there, they were drafting out of that, Louisville was drafting out of that. And then they had tanks set up out front, and they had 4-inch laid in, and we ended up pushing back the 4-inch to Osenberg's engine.
Good.
Training sessions, Donnie had air pack and the RIT kit, 2 different sessions at our station. We had 12 people show up for that. They had a meth lab training down in Sebring. We had 5 people go to that. We've got 2 guys that want to take the first responder class, which starts this Thursday. And we've got grant money that'll cover that.
Where's that being given?
It's either Boyd or Damascus, one of the 2. Beth Taylor will be the instructor. It's through the Canton City Schools, that program. But I don't have an exact price on that yet, but it's 300 and some.
But your grant money's gonna take care
The
of it?
grant money will take care of it, correct.
Okay.
We need, I need to get 5 pair of gloves at 90 bucks a pair. That's the structure fire gloves. That'd be 450 from Warren Fire.
Do you have any other needs as far as purchases?
I forgot to put on there, we got the Columbiana County Firefighter Association, that's $20.
I move we authorize purchase of 5 pairs of structure gloves, the total of $450 from Warren Fire, and also $20 for Columbiana fees,
Yes.
and $20 for the Columbiana Firefighter Association fee. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Randy seconds. Are there any questions? I'm gonna call roll.
Mr. DeHoff?
Yes.
Mr. Del Pupo?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Any questions for the fire department?
Here, we gotta do this while we're on it. We might as well do this while we're on it.
Okay, what is this?
We gotta approve for the, with New
Oh,
Michelle,
our dispatch.
for the dispatching. There's the price per month. We gotta approve that, which comes to a total of, $10,437.96.
Okay. It's,
So,
right.
you guys gotta sign that.
We need a motion to also do it.
Yeah, we should, I would think.
This price is $892.50 a month. That's $34 per incident. It's based on our 2013 runs, which is 315 incidences, so, and that was what, 10,000 what?
$437.96.
$796. I move we approve the dispatch contract with CENTCOM. Is there a second? Second. Paul seconds that. Any other questions? That's down a little bit from last year.
Yeah, it was 329 last year.
No, it was more than that.
Run
It's
one.
up from last year. Last year we paid $869.83 a month. This year they're wanting $895 or $892.
Should've went down.
No, it went up.
Yeah, but if you're basing it on incidences, you're saying it should have gone down, huh?
Yeah, because we
Hey,
had
it runs-
It went
329.
up because I looked it up today. We paid $869.83 a month last year and then won $892.50 a month this year.
Well, they said the price didn't go up, it's still 34 a run.
That's right, it is, and that's what it says there. But they're charging us more money.
So how'd that come about?
But the 315 runs comes out to that much money. I checked it.
If you
Yeah.
borrow the 315 times that,
Right.
you get that?
Yeah. Well, 315 divided by 12 times that comes out to that. You see what I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But that's more, that's $25 more than we paid last year.
A month.
A month. So what, did they screw up last year?
I don't know. I was gonna ask you about that, Terry, because it is more. It really is.
I just assumed it was lower because the runs were lower.
Right.
I didn't check last year's total.
Right. See, there's what it was last year, 869.
869. Well, the motion is to enter into this agreement,
Right.
and at this rate, unless there's a difference or something that we, as long as it's $34 per incident, I guess I really don't have a problem with that.
Right. Yeah, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
So you guys gotta sign that one so we can send it back and we keep this one for ourselves, right,
Okay.
Terry?
Right. Well, no, they send them both. They said sign them both, send them
They'll
both,
send one back.
and they'll send the one back with their trustees signing it.
Did we call a roll on this yet?
No.
Call a roll?
Mr. DeHaan?
Yes.
Mr. Del Pupo?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Anything else for the fire department?
No, we'll do this other, this.
Any questions for Terry? Wade, anything?
I have one other thing.
Okay.
We were talking about the ambulance contract.
Oh, yeah.
I had Merritt get me a copy of that because Viola wanted, I got to looking at this. It was a 3-year contract, or 3-year, according to the paperwork. It says this agreement is for a period of 3 years and may be extended by Washington Township for 1-year periods up to 4 1-year terms. So we said,
3 year, when did the 3 year start?
in December of 2009.
So you got all of 10, all of 11, all of 12. We extended it for 13.
Correct.
We can extend it 3 more times.
Right, but this says that this, where did I read this? I'm not sure if it's on this page or not. So I just copied this because of, yeah. The following agreement by the Washington Township, Stark County, Ohio, and Smith Ambulance of Stark Summit. Now, Smith Ambulance is no longer,
Just called Stark Summit now.
it's just called, it went back to Stark Summit. So I'm wondering if we should,
We need to contact them and see, what's the actual date of that starting?
when it started, well, it was signed in December, like December
Oh, I
23rd,
thought it was, okay.
2009.
All
That's
right.
when it was signed. Because Merritt's got it on file.
All right. So the question is, the fact that it's back to Stark Summit, are they gonna honor it?
There you go, that's what I was just gonna ask.
Well, they told us they would, but since,
That's what I'm asking too, so like right now,
Yeah.
until something's signed, if there's a
well,
call.
that's why I say, since it has Smith on there, I don't know whether, we should probably get a new one.
So that's something that needs checked, like,
Yeah, I think,
tomorrow.
Cinda,
Well, they're honoring it so far.
Oh, okay.
They have.
Okay.
I mean, they've honored it so far because we haven't had any problems with it.
Okay, okay.
But I'm just,
because of the name
if-
change is what you're talking about.
Yeah, since the name change, whether,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, if they would get picky and they'd say, well, this says Smith, it don't
Right.
say,
right,
yeah.
I'm gonna see Cindy Hannon tomorrow night for AED training.
okay.
Let me just ask her
Right.
and then if we need to get it in writing, we can send a letter asking them to honor, make sure that we get the name changed.
Tell them to send us a bill too, for what we owe.
Yeah.
And then we wanna,
Which is, this, because
We always-
this is
last year we
still
had
$1 a resident,
Yeah.
so
I think last year was $315, something like that, wasn't it, or something?
around 1,800, wasn't it, 1,900? It's
Yeah,
$1
that's-
per resident,
Per household,
yeah.
it's like almost 1,800, I think. What do you think?
$1,800?
Yeah,
Is it real? I didn't think it was that much. Okay,
That's what it was $1 per house.
yeah,
per resident.
right. Okay.
Okay. All right, I'll check with her tomorrow to see
All right.
about the change in name.
that's all I got then.
Okay, did we vote on those purchases?
Yep.
Okay. In addition to when we had our goal-setting work session, they're talking about, a short-term goal would be to establish a training area behind the storage building, and at some point you need to get prices and size and those kind of things, right, Terry?
Yeah, we were,
When you get a chance to do it.
we walked back there, Donnie and I walked back there Sunday and was looking at, and there's a pretty good drop-off
Yeah.
back there, I was surprised. But he did talk to the state, they have a contract, or they have a contractor that's gonna be doing
Contractor
one
that's gonna do the
eighty-three.
work.
And they gave him that guy's number, and he says, well, we won't know till later in the spring to see how much of that they want to reuse or what's going on. He said to call, so whenever you see the signs go up, he goes, then give me a call. Because that's when they'll be starting to grind shortly after that, so.
So that was the one short-term goal, and the other was to start rotation of turnout gear and air pack bottles. So, and then long-term is 2016, new truck and addition to building. Okay, any other questions for the fire department?
Do you need the turnout gear now
No, they haven't.
for the new guys?
Well, I've got a grant in right now. I applied through the state for that state grant, and I'm waiting to hear what happens with that. So we'll have to see how that works out.
But we got you enough stuff, so they have everything, with what you had there.
No, I got, one guy's using this from them Michelin, and the other guy's short. He's got a coat, but we don't have pants.
Oh, I thought because we bought some stuff.
We bought some boots, and we've got helmets ordered. And these gloves, a couple of these gloves will go towards those guys too. But the only thing that we're short on right now are pants.
So you'll get that once you see how the grant works out?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? All right, move on to road department, Ron.
Since our last meeting, we went over to Strubles and picked up another tote of ice pipe. We got that mixed in with a load of salt. I did get another load of salt in on Friday, so I will mix the rest of that tote up on tomorrow morning probably. And then I'll go over and get another tote, because I've got another load of salt ordered.
Do you have any trouble getting salt?
It used to always be like within 24 to 48 hours. Then around the holidays, they were telling me 3 to 5 days. Now they're saying 7 to 10 days.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, so
Because there's more salt being used this year.
I think, yeah, because we've run through quite a bit compared to normal years already. We did go to Altworks, and both of us got our DOT physicals for the coming years. I have to go back every year. Buddy's is on a 2-year rotation.
Okay.
We've been hauling grit. We did some repair on the 1 ton. We had some work lights in the rear that needed some attention. We got them repaired. Did maintenance on the trucks. Ice control, plow snow. We did apply for our grant,
The sign grant?
our sign grant through ODOT. We got everything sent in and got an email confirmation back that they did receive it and everything. It was for a total of $5,420.
Good.
It's about 700 signs. Now that's counting putting some of them lollipop sticks.
Verticals on the-
Verticals on the post itself, like on our warning signs on the curves and such. They did allow us for hardware, nuts and bolts, stuff like that, so I ordered boxes of those also. They come in 1,000 count boxes, so
1,000 pound?
1,000 count.
1,000 count.
I'll get 1,000 bolts and 1,000 nuts and 1,000 washers.
Okay.
So, and I ordered posts from them and everything, so I don't know, we'll find out probably at the end of this month whether we received the grant or not. And if we didn't, there is another round in July that we are automatically,
They just roll us into that?
they roll this into that one if you don't receive your grant this time around.
I thought we were pre-selected to receive it.
No, we were pre-selected
As eligible.
as eligible to apply for it, because we was in the top 100 of the state, townships in the state. We did do some looking into a tank for beet juice. TSC has a 1,550 gallon tank up there for $800. And I talked to Carl when he was beet juice, and he said to get like 1,000 or 1,500 gallon delivered, he said he'd charge us about $150 to $200 for him to bring his semi out here and pump it off into our tank.
That would save you guys from running up there then. Huh?
Well, the thing is, I can only order 2 loads of salt at a time, or a load at a time now, where I can just,
If you had
if I had the material
the
here, I
beet juice
wouldn't
there,
be
you could
afraid
do
to
whatever
go
you
ahead.
wanted. Yeah, right.
Go ahead and call and stuff.
You gonna put that up so it gravity feeds somehow, or how are you gonna do that?
When it's full, I'm sure we could probably gravity feed it. It's when it gets down low that we would have to have some type of a pump.
But I mean, are you just gonna set it on ground level and then just pump out of it, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. Basically, right behind our building where the TV tower is for our internet service, right there in that lawn. And then we would just, I talked to Terry, he says he's got an 1.5 inch hose or something like that that I could use, that we could plumb up to it that would roll up nice. I can't see spending big money on a trash pump or anything like that, where a little electric pump or anything will pump it.
You're just gonna drop it in the top and just suck out of it?
Well, there is plumbing that comes out of the bottom that you can do that.
Hook to it.
Hook to it, or you could probably use some, if you had a decent sized submersible pump that you could just set down in, you could pump it that way too. Stuff flows pretty nice. I'm surprised that it's not thicker than what it actually is.
Are you ready to start working on this now, or you wanna wait till later?
Right now, I'm okay with doing what we're doing.
Okay.
I'm thinking more, because I really don't want to get that tank set and everything, and then get 1,000 gallons brought in and not have to use any more. Then every month I gotta go out there and circulate that stuff.
Yeah, it would seem to me that maybe we use that plan for next fall, or.
Right.
So that we
Yeah.
have, next year, we have this.
Because I'm still weighing it out if it's really worth the cost of the investment of using this stuff. I mean, it's great out in the salt shed. I haven't had any problem with stuff freezing up tight like I have in the past, when it gets bitterly cold like it was last week and stuff.
Well, it seems like there's been times when I'm sure you're putting it down. Everything I see now has got some beat in it, right?
Everything
So, I mean, I look at it and it looks to me like it's really cleaning up, the road's a lot better, but I don't,
Right.
I mean,
I think it does have some residual effect, like Friday we went out, we got a dose of snow Friday night around 5 o'clock, and it melted back off. I mean, they were clear white and they melted right back off. Then we got another dose around 9 o'clock, and Saturday morning I got up figuring I was gonna have to come in and salt. And they were pretty much melted, there was some stuff on the edges and stuff that,
right, I think,
but they melted off,
I remember that. It seemed like it worked really good, at least I thought.
and then Sunday morning we had to go out and, because we got some more Saturday night, and then we went out Sunday night to plow some drifts off that blowed in
I
across.
mean, last night you're talking,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just,
Unfortunately, there wasn't enough snow to do it.
right,
Yeah.
much depth or anything, but they needed cleaned up again, so. So I do see some advantages of using it, whether it's worth the $2.25 to $2.30 a gallon.
But it's difficult to, if we think we're gonna use less salt, now we got a winter where you got more snow than we had a year ago, so how are you gonna compare?
The only thing I'm comparing it to is, I watch the county roads because they are not using it.
Yeah.
They don't use anything other than salt and grit.
Why is that? What's their philosophy on that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, ODOT uses beet juice, they use calcium chloride, they use brine, they use straight, Financially wise, it might be better to put it on the tanks on the truck, and just spray it on.
Spot treat it as you need it.
As you need it when it gets temperatures cold enough, because right now, if I mix it up, that's what I use, because I don't have separate bins for untreated and treated salt to mix up. But I think it does better after it soaks into that salt instead of just spraying it on, because it's not soaking into the salt.
It sounds like it's making your salt easier to load and
Oh,
everything
yeah.
mix up and.
Yeah, because when we loaded that up, or mixed that up on Tuesday or Wednesday last week, that real cold day, I had chunks of salt like this that was all on a block that I had to sit and beat with the hoe to get it smashed up so I could even get it to mix up. Where once it's mixed up, it just,
Absorbs it and it just.
it's wet. You would think it would make it freeze tighter and harder, but it don't. It's the weirdest
Yeah.
stuff. But it seems like it worked, but whether it's cost effective wise or not, I'm not 100%.
Well, then let's just hold the tank until we get
Yeah,
through the
good.
year. I think, but that gives us an idea, but that's not a
Yeah.
big deal. as
No,
far
I
as-
was surprised that the tank was that cheap,
Yeah,
actually.
I think that's great. Any expenses or anything?
No, that's all I've got to see.
Going back to the goal list for the road crew was finishing the grant for the new street signs, which you've already done. Warning signs upgraded. We talked about the tank for the beach use. You want to paint tobacco, chip and seal parks and put patch on Herbster. We talked about more tree trimming, keeping catch basins clean and having a list of downtime jobs to do that we would know about at a regular meeting. So when you're not doing snow and ice, what are you working on?
Basically in the garage, working on the trucks.
Okay.
Keeping them maintained, greasing them, keeping them clean. Like the other day when we was fixing the lights, when John was out, and he said, I ain't got no work lights back there. So we had to chase some wires down and stuff like that.
Okay, good. Any questions for the group? Thanks, Ron. At this time, we'll move into public speaks. If anyone wants to talk to the trustees, this is your chance. Just give us your name and your address. No one? Bills?
We'll pay bills totaling $13,464.53.
We did have a couple gentlemen from, just right, Lawrence Township in Tuscarawas County.
What do you?
They came up and wanted to look at our new mower that we just.
Oh, the one that, the new one.
Yeah, and so we spent a half a day, got both tractors started, because it was that cold Tuesday when they showed up. And got it out.
They called?
Yeah, the salesman from Dexter Company called and asked if they could come up and take a look at it. And we got it out, and they appreciated us going to all the work and getting it started and out. That way they could sit in the tractor and move things around and
Try it, yeah.
see how it actually operates. Since it's kind of a new thing out there.
Right.
Most mowers are out. They said if we're ever down around Dover, why stop in sometime? Don't usually get that far away from home.
No, we don't want you down there, Ron.
They're two-guy township, basically like us, about the same amount of roads. They've got an old ancient boom mower that is kind of wore out.
They need a new tractor and all.
He does have a tractor there, he says, that he put it on,
Yeah.
but the mower that they have is, they were more concerned about if it would do what they do with their boom mower, if they would be able to reach far enough. They liked it, I don't know, that's up to them. It works out great for what we're using it for, I know. Because he can make 3 passes instead of.
A lot better than that tractor that the county uses around here. That just
That
makes
otter,
just one pass and it's
that
done.
otter that they got.
Oh, you're missing one.
Keep an eye on him.
Come on.
Was it
I almost put it in his spot.
Backup, yeah.
That's right. I got your back covered.
Smack him in the back of the head next time.
You see that one there? Yeah. Yes, Is that one wrong? Yeah, thanks. You're welcome. You can just put that down right there.
I think it's got to be probably the 27th or 28th, is what they'll call.
Got this here. The permanent signatures.
MOA grant program, but they're saying it's for the whole year. But we can, if we go to the conference, we can use that, training seminars, safety seminars. But I gotta go to, or somebody's gotta go to this one for Frank Gage for workers' comp to keep our
When is it?
group rating in April. And it's $50, so we can use that.
Do we have to make application all the time?
No, we said on December 1st, or December 31st.
So we're just part of it, we just have to, they'll pay for it though.
Right.
I checked them over to them.
Where's that?
Just keep track.
Yeah, keep it up. Probably keep track of it, yeah, just so I don't forget about it.
Yeah, I'll keep track. 'Cause,
Where is that one in April?
it's just over Canton. Anyone, two of us can go, whatever, it's, courtyard by Mary's. Because must go there rather than one in the front or what. So I'll just, I'll keep this in track, because if we go down there, if any of us go down there, we can.
No, those aren't.
Because they want receipts and everything, so.
I found that same thing with the Polaris battery. It was
Paul's hand's not working too good today.
Yeah, 2 months ago, we didn't want to start again. Had to check it.
You almost got it.
They were low.
That'll burn half a screw.
In the end, no one cares.
Next time we do this, we'll have the 30 check for the fire.
Fire department
On
comes.
the high charge.
Did you hear that, Paul?
Yeah. He already asked me what they're gonna be
Put it
here.
on the low charge. Like, and then you just let it run, let it time out. It doesn't.
See, this came up at,
But those batteries are 3 years.
Yeah.
he's training it all on a regular basis. And if he goes somewhere else, he gets paid for it.
Right.
And we're not doing that. We talked a little bit about maybe setting up some type of pay schedule for him, $50 a month or something to, can we use that?
I think,
Really?
at least for the next, this year.
For this year? We'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
That's good, I didn't know that.
But this, we just got that.
Is there a max on how much you can use on it? 500 total? For the year. But we could use part of that all the time.
Oh, yeah. I would say
Yeah,
that.
that next year again.
Yeah, we all make computers. Okay, I can do that. I can give you one of mine.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay, I move we pay bills in the amount of $13,464.53. Is there a second? Paul seconds. Any questions? Call the roll.
Mr. Dehoff,
Yes.
Mr. Del Pupo,
Yes.
Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Old business?
I have no old business.
You fellas have any old business? The only thing I have to report is that we did get the appraisal for the park property, and I talked to her, we're gonna be going forward with that. It appraised, I hate to say it, it appraised at $129,000.
For 5 acres of land?
Yeah.
Landlocked.
It's a to me, it's a terrible appraisal. And John, I don't know, that should even be, that's embarrassing to put that in the paper.
I wasn't, I'm on.
Yeah, I talked to Susan Cayley, the owner, and she said she's fine. I mean, we had told her we wouldn't go more than 5,000 an acre on it. And, she's fine with that, and she says, I'm not sure I can even use a letter because it goes to the estate anyway, and I don't know how they're gonna use it, so she's gonna check on a little bit, but, I don't know where this guy.
Maybe we could sell them our house, Gary, your house and my house.
Well, it started raising some questions about the park, you know.
The park is worth more, maybe we better sell.
No, I'm just saying, if somebody read that in the paper, how much that was approved for, is it?
Yeah, I mean,
What
I
are we
don't know
doing
whether
spending that kind of money?
whether they thought because the government was gonna buy that ground, that it was, I don't know what it was, but, one of the properties they compared it with was up on State Street. Well, how can you compare 5 acres that's landlocked with 5 acres on?
Acres of frontage on State Street.
Yeah, I mean, that was like $350,000. Well, obviously, that would be high, but that's commercial zoning, and this is landlocked and residential, and
Right.
it just, anyway. But I've talked to,
What if somebody buys it, wants to buy it, we'll sell it
What
to
was the
them?
value,
yeah, what,
what was the value on it, the appraised value on it again?
129, some odd dollars there. It's just, to me, I think they didn't, the firm was from New Philly. I don't think they came here, I think they looked online, I think they just tried to, I don't know. That's what I think. I wanted to know about calling them, and someone said, well, they're gonna just tell you that you're not their client, so, not none of your business. I did talk to Heritage Union Title. They've already done a title search on that property, so, and I've asked Susan to send us back a signed copy of the purchase agreement that we signed earlier. Once we get that back, we'll sign we signed ours, but we'll sign that one then and take it into Heritage Union Title, and then they'll go ahead and tell us, get it together. She's leaving February 1st for 2 weeks, so if we can get it before then, that'd be good, and if not, she's not upset, I mean, she's fine with it, whatever, so. She's been very good to work with, and she just wants it to be with the park, I think, that's kind of what she said at the end, so. That's all I have for old business. New business?
I have a new business.
Okay, new business.
Workers' comp, we got the bill for workman's comp for this year. $4,347.87. Now, last year was $8,632. This year it's down to $4,347. Terry, yours went from $2,718 to $1,300. Yours dropped down. That's where a lot of it is, so it's good. So we just need, and the sooner we get it in, before May 15th, we get a refund. I don't know how much, it just says we get it all depends on how quick you get it, how much refund you get.
Well, I think it shows that we didn't have any claims last year?
Nope.
I think
Haven't had any for a couple of
years, and that's what counts. Plus, I think the fund is in better shape than the state. I think they're doing a better job, and therefore they're able to cut the rates.
Yeah, they give us a refund this last year, we got a little bit of a refund.
Yeah, I think we did. We need a motion for that.
Yes.
I move we authorize payment for workers' comp of $4,347.87. Is there a second?
I second that.
Randy, any questions about that? Call the roll.
Mr. Dehoff?
Yes.
Mr. DePupo?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
So I'll get a check made up for next meeting.
We can
Like I
sign
say,
it then and just send it.
yeah, the sooner we get it in, we'll get a refund.
The annual meeting this year in Columbus, are you planning on going? I am not gonna, that's too close to Valentine's Day for me, just because of our work at the flower shop and stuff.
I don't know what I'm gonna be.
You don't know whether you're gonna be.
I'm probably not going, because I'm gonna have that cast on my hand.
Okay. I wouldn't tell you to go with yourself, but you'd be welcome to do that. Typically, we would drive down in the morning, Randy, and just do the fire. And stay in this, come back the same day and stuff like that.
You gonna do the fire money too?
Fire money?
Yeah, for the fire. Oh, that's part of that, okay.
That's the You mean workman's comp?
Yeah, that's all part of that.
Yeah, the total for them and us is 4347.
Just in case that I would go the day before, I guess I'd like to have a motion that we would cover any expenses, and I will let you know if I do, but.
Appreciate it.
Friday's Valentine, I'd have to go Thursday if I was gonna do it.
That's
If I do, I'll call you.
Okay.
But I move that we would authorize expenses for the convention, if it happens.
I'll second.
Paul seconds. Any questions, call the roll.
Mr. DeHaan?
Yes.
Mr. Del Pupo?
Yes.
Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Anything else?
That's all I have.
Anyone else have anything for the good of the township? If not, we're adjourned until our next meeting, which
The
is
third.
February the 3rd, 6:30. Okay, we're adjourned.